It all starts here in the core. Everything comes from the center. You began 2 inches down from your navel and 2 inches in. That core has to be maintained, whether it's for work, play, or romance. This Pirate Pilates class you could and should do every day. So let's begin. Right now, just let the head just fall from side to side, kind of loosen up the neck a little bit. Whatever it takes for you to get going. I'm always going to keep my neck long. I got my chin in. Legs going to go from side to side. Loosen up your low back just a little bit. Breathe through your nose as much as you can. Your neck is going to be long, your belly's pulled flat. You see me rocking through the pelvis here. Carry your low back down the mat, then tilt the pelvis towards the feet. I've got my feet grounded, neck is long, chin is in, just rocking back and forth. Do this as much as you need to get warmed up. And then take the hands behind the head, supporting the head and the neck. You're going to come up to a nice little crunch. It's very soft. I'm not making it hard. I'm not pulling up too far. I'm thinking more about length than anything else. Low back, again, is pressed in the mat. Belly's pulled flat. You're breathing through your nose if you can. If you need to break it down a little bit, you can always do that. Hands come down by the sides. This is a more advanced exercise. This is called an ab prep in Pilates. So you reach on up and breathe in. Exhale, you float down. It's got a 4-breath pattern. Exhale up, inhale through your nose. Exhale, you float on down. Do as many of those as you want. Probably do about 4 or 5 as a minimum. Neck is nice and long. Again, I've got that low back pressed in the mat. Again, the hands come behind the head. Neck is long, chin is in. Shins come up. I've got my knees at 90. Heels are going to touch the floor 1. This at a time. This is a progression. Belly's pulled flat. Low back is on the mat. Chin is in. Don't let the head fall back. You're always paying attention to where your head is. Chin is pulled in, neck is long. Legs now fall apart. Again, low back is spread across the floor, neck is long, chin is in, torso isn't even moving. All the concentration is down there in your belly. Feet are flexed back, they're super active. Now, we're going to come up to the hard part. Heels come down, and if you feel fragile in your back, your heels don't have to touch the floor. You could come down a quarter or maybe an eighth even. Just a little bit of movement there will help you. Heels touch if you can. Again, I've got my back pressed into the floor. Neck is long, chin is in. You're going to do about 8 or 9 of these. Belly's engaged. Then we'll come on back up at some point. Bringing those knees in. Pull yourself into this child's pose. Very, very nice. Pull into that fetal posture. Feet come down. I'm going to roll off to the side very gently, thoughtfully, come up onto the belly. Now, I'm going to have both forearms come down the mat. I'm going to come up to a very, very short plank. I've got the feet flexed back, hips are in line with the shoulders and knees. Left arm opens up, twist open towards the left. The right arm lift on up, nice little twist. Keep that low back as flat as I can. Belly's pulled in, neck is long, chin is in. Also note, your neck is long. Looking up to the left and then the right. Now we're going to move into the legs. Belly's pulled in. Right leg lifts up. Left leg lifts up. You got your belly pulled flat. Keep doing this. Breathing in, breathing out. Same number that we did on the forearms. It's going to be 6. Make them as many as you want. This is still a prep. Now I'm going to take my right leg off the mat. The left arm comes off the mat. This challenges your balance. Keep your belly pulled flat. Hold it for a count of 5. Come on down. Then you switch and go to the other side. And if you're a little bit wavy on this one, you got a second chance coming up. And do as many of these until you find that kind of stability. You'll find a lot of times shoulders come up around the ears, you're pulling them down. Belly's pulled flat, neck is long. This is the last one of this series. Bring the arm down, bring the leg down, belly's pulled flat. Now you come onto your toes. You can take that left hand over the top of the head, fingertips, you could even put your palm down the floor. Left shoulder comes down, get as long as you can. You can always bring a knee down if you have to. Switch sides. Take it up to 12 o'clock. See how that arc? Keep that arc. Or bring the shoulder down for more advanced. Belly's pulled flat. Neck is long. Chin is in. I'm not looking at my feet. Left hand goes out to left. 9 o'clock position. Left shoulder comes down. Neck again is long. Legs are active. We're going to come on back. Have that right arm go out to the right. Again, shoulder can stay high or you can bring it down, making it more difficult. Change it up from day to day. You don't have to do the same thing every day. You have a lot of modifications here. Left hand goes back across from the left hip. Fingers point back towards the left foot. Hold here. Belly's pulling. Use that left arm to hold you up. Then you switch out. You come to the other side. Your right hand goes back. Hips can stay high, or you can bring them down. That's your choice. Make it harder or make it easier, just as long as you do it. Both arms come back. Now I have that right forearm come underneath. I come into a nice side plank. Belly's pulled in. I'm going to thread the needle with that left arm. Really open it up. Do 8 of these. If you can do 12, do 12. Big thing to remember here is I'm going to have that right shoulder pulled away from the ear so I don't strain across the shoulders. Belly's pulled in. I can always bring a knee down if I have to. I can always modify this. Main thing is get a nice rotation in there. Good. Now we're going to come on over. Belly's pulled in. I'll eventually come on to that left forearm, and then we'll make a nice, easy, but still challenging transition to the other side. Thread the needle, bring it back up. Trying to open up the chest as much as I can, always with precision. I'm not sloppy here. I'm not winging around. Good. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. Eventually going to finish those 8. And again, that right arm is going to come across the mat. Make my transition. I'm going to do some lower and lifts. Maybe just brush that right hip on the floor, float it up and down. If you want to make this more challenging, let's say you have some hand weights at home. You put one of those hand weights on your left hip and lift that up and down. Belly's pulled in. Going to do 12 of these. If you have a small child, they could stand on your hip. Belly's pulled in. Good. Just make sure that they just don't do one hip and then you got to move to the other. Nice little circus routine. Good. Breathing through the nose the entire time. Going to come out here. You come into your dolphin pike and then come into your dolphin plank. Be careful with your shoulders with this. Again, shoulders are pulled away from the ears. Legs are very, very straight. You round the back a little bit. Keep that belly pulled in. Neck is long. Chin is in. And you just move through these. Do about 12 of these. Maybe 8, 12. As many as you can. You can always break it up if you need to. You can come to the knees. Now I'll walk my feet a little bit wider and just pulse the knees. But I'm trying to keep my torso as firm in space as I possibly can. Trying to keep that back nice and flat. I still got that belly pull flat. Neck is long. Look at my hands. You have a tendency to look back at your feet. Resist doing that. Both feet come together, then have the knees touch. And see, again, I've got my back rounded. That's going to engage my belly. It's going to keep me safe in my low back. That's our big issue here, is we don't want to strain our low back. Shoulders away from the ears. Chin is in. Good. Reaching out through your heels. Always doing the right thing. Now we come down, shake your hips out from side to side. You can buy a machine that will do this for you for about $15,000, or you can just rock back and forth on the mat like this. Of course, that machine is heated and leather covered. Heart comes up a little bit. I'm not going to an extreme here. I'm moving in about 70% of my range of motion. I'm on my fingertips. It's going to strengthen my hands. It's going to strengthen my forearms. Legs are still active. I'm pressing the tops of feet in the mat. They haven't gone to sleep. Hands underneath the head. Now we go down the lower body. Both thighs start out hovering off the mat. Feet are flexed back. I'm going to pulse each leg up as much as I can. Try to get at least a couple centimeters. Belly's pulled flat. Neck is long. I've got my belly sucked in. Toes, again, pressing the mat. I could tuck my toes under. And I have the hands underneath the forehead, just pulsing the chest off the mat. Super uncomfortable until you've been doing this for about 5 or 6 years, and then you won't worry about it anymore. Your belly's pulled flat, floating it up. There is going to be a lot of discomfort when you're doing this work, but you'll get stronger and it'll go away after a while. Hips again shaking out. You can also do this on your back, right? Lift your chest up just a little bit. Again, I'm not going to extremes. I keep the hips pinned to the floor, so I'm getting all that stretch in the chest and the back line. Again, my head nice and long, or it's in a good position. Looking left and right. Just getting a little bit of stretch in the shoulders. Good. Now we're going to come on up. This gets a little bit challenging. Everything that can come off the mat does. Float on up, then come back down. Try to breathe in when you're coming up. The whole time I'm trying to breathe through the nose. Belly still pulled flat. Otherwise, it's going to jam in the low back. And if you feel like this is too much, you can always just take a break and rock it out from side to side. Do not go into a child's pose. And that's going to overstretch your low back. So we come on up. Right arm lifts up a bit. Left arm No, my head isn't turning. I'm not looking over that shoulder. Just lifting that shoulder up. I'm isolating. Breathing in, breathing out. Legs are still off the mat. Good. Hands go underneath the head. Belly's pulled in. Right leg lifts up. Left leg lifts up. Right leg lifts up. Do that. Breathing in, breathing out. There's probably about 12, 8. Trying to make them as even as possible. We're coming up to a different coordination. So not only does this build strength, it's going to build coordination. Heart comes up. I'm going to have my left arm, right leg, right arm, left leg, alternate. Right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg, right arm, left leg. Keep going. Breathing in, breathing out. Do as many of these as you want. Always do a couple more. And you feel like you can. Good exercise. Belly's pulled flat. Heart comes up. Everything comes down. Again, I'm shaking those hips out from side to side. Ever gets to be too much, just shake the hips out. This is nice exercise all on its own. Gets the blood moving first thing in the morning. Lifting that heart up. Again, shoulders away from the ears. I'm going to pulse up a couple times. Breathing in and breathing out through that nose. Hands are spidered over the chest. Toes are tucked under. Right arm goes out. Right hip floats off the mat. It's going to come up about 10 centimeters. Right leg is turned out. I'm pulsing that up and down. If I don't pull my belly in, it's going to get right into my low back. So you keep that belly engaged and do this for 24 times, 2 counts of 12. Move to the other side. And again, heart is up. Everything is under tension here. Right hand is splayed. I got that right arm working. Left leg is working. Foot is flexed back. And that right leg is working at the same time. 2 counts of 12, pulsing up and down, and then we'll transition to the other side. Now, right hand goes out. Again, hip lifts up. I'm going to turn that foot in. That right foot turns towards the floor. Left arm lifts up. Now the entire back line diagonally is pulling through the back. Breathing in, breathing out. You're really lighting up your whole back line. Pulsing it up and down. Again, neck is long. 2 counts. 12, that's 24. You go to the other side. And again, if it gets to be too much, break it up into 12s. Main thing is get the work done. This is a very short workout. You could turn this workout into a whole half hour if you wanted to. Wouldn't be a bad idea, actually. Breathing in and breathing out through your nose. Calm breath. And we come on down. Again, you see me shaking my hips out quite a bit. Takes the tension out. Heart comes up. Float back down. Toes are tucked under. Breathing in and breathing out. Hands go behind the back. Now this is going to really help with the back of the arms. Neck is long, chin is in, legs are active. I'm pulsing those arms up and down, up and down. Again, it's a count. 2 counts of 12, which is going to be 24 beats. Get those arms lifting up. Hands go out. So have those shoulder blades pulled together. So those are chicken wings. Think about this next time you're having a bucket of those. Feeling a little bit guilty about that. Good. Have those arms going up and down. Breathing in, breathing out. Carry them out to cactus arms. Pulse them up and down. Neck is nice and long. This is where you really start feeling the fatigue. Keep doing it. Breathing in and breathing out. So important for your back. So important for your neck, your shoulders. And we go out to 10 and 2. Remember that from driving school. Pulse them up and down. Belly still pulled flat. Trying to get my chest up a little bit more. Right on the edge of the ribs. Super uncomfortable, but I'm only doing it for a little bit. Hands go over the top. Diver's arms. Have those fingers come together. Have the thumb and index touch. Pulse them up and down. And again, don't let the upper body move. Try to move from the shoulders. Belly's pulled flat. Neck is nice and long. Always remember that. Now, pulling those elbows back. Get them up a little bit higher. And you're going to feel it right in the edge to the top of the rotator cuff. Breathing in and breathing out. For a lot of us with shoulder injuries, me included, this is the real medicine that eventually is going to get you over those issues, or it's going to drive you straight to the surgeon. Breathing in and breathing out. Shake it out from side to side. Breathing in and breathing out. Let all that tension go straight down the mat. Good work. Now we've got to work down that lower body again. Put your heart up just a touch. Float back down. Just opening up the chest. Coming back down. Nice and easy. Hands again are spidered. At my legs, turned out you can't tell so much from the shorts, but my thighs are off the mat all the way from the pelvis. Pubic bone is pressing the mat. Edge of the ribs. Chest is up. This is really, really difficult work. And then bringing those heels in. This is extra. This is pretty hard. Low back is on the mat. If you don't find this really, really difficult, then you're pretty strong. And bring those heels in towards your seat. I still got my chest off the mat. If I wanted to, I could put a small weight in my hands and make it more difficult. Again, shake it out from side to side. Do a lot of this. We're tightening all those tissues in your back. Your back isn't used to this kind of exercise. Breathing in, breathing out. Put your heart up. And again, Lifting it up, trying to opening up my chest. Good. Neck is nice and long. Press the feet in the mat. Now we're going to really work into the back of the arms. This is called the bingo arm exercise. This is anti-bingo arm. So, arms lift up as high as I can get them. I'm right up at the edge. I'm going to pulse them up and down the last about 3 or 4%, pulsing you up and down. When you're waving around that bingo card, this is going to make the back of your arm look absolutely fantastic. Now I got those palms open, trying to air clap. It looks like they're pulsing up and down, but it's actually supposed to be a clap. Breathing in, get up a little bit higher, hands go over the chest. Now, fingers are pressed on the floor. I'm pulsing the thighs off the mat. Maybe the hands come up. Again, I could have a small weight. If I haven't got my belly pulled in, this is super uncomfortable in the low back. Belly engaged, everything is fine. Shake it out from side to side, breathing in and breathing out.